you'd have the secretary hand these out to the council members, I would appreciate that. Aslon Goow, Senior, City of Paterson. Mr. President, I came before the City Council in late July with proof that showed Mayor Torres had taken a check for $74,000 on his last day in office. At that time, I called for an investigation. The council wanted to conduct the investigation, but Mayor Jones took the investigation away from the City Council and basically stalled it for 7 months. Well, we found out why he did that. Because Jones had taken the check. And interestingly, he didn't have a choice but to admit it. And the reason why he admitted it was because the state made a formal request of all the manual checks that were distributed. So what happens? You can't hide that. So what do? You come clean. And you say, hey, by the way, I took a check. Well, Torres was not the only member of his administration rushing to get checks on his last day. I've handed out a small sample of public documents that are available to anyone on the Oprah. And I hope you'll take the time and really look at those documents that I gave you. But right on top of the packet is a check dated July 20th. It's the city check number 2702 for $18,809.50. And it's payable to who? Attorneys Trapanese and Trapanese. So ask, why were they being paid $19,000 or so? Well, take a look at the memo right behind the check. On June 30th, Corporation Counsel Susan Champion, she signed a memo to the Finance Director, Tony Zambrano, asking for another $53,000. You're going to look at 14, the cash vouchers. Susan Champion signed. So who are Trapanese and Trapanese? Trapanese and Trapanese were Susan Champion's private attorneys. Look at the court order dated on January 25th, because it will highlight exactly what I'm talking about. And why were they getting the money? They were collecting the money for Susan Champion and her law firm from a former partner that they sued. Now what I'm getting at here is, while Susan Champion worked here, she was working with her private law firm. They were working in cahoots. They were doing work for the city while she was doing work for the city. She was making checks payable to them. But yet they never signed off on any declarations showing the work that they had did for the city. So would you believe that Susan Champion's private law firm had been working for the city while she was Corporation Counsel? I bet you none of you would. But the truth of the matter is, she did. Take a look at the letter dated June 23rd that came from Hunziger, Jones, Caserta, Romer, Champion to Susan Champion in City Hall. That's her private law firm sending her a bill in City Hall to approve for her partners. She's getting paid on both sides. Unfortunately, we only have 3 minutes and I won't highlight all the bills. But on the dates the law firm is billing the City of Paterson for one of their lawyers to talk to the city about city business to another one of their lawyers who just happens to be the city's attorney. Let me conclude on that. I'll conclude. You're going to see documents in here that clearly indicate while she's working for the City of Paterson, she's making payments to her law firm. And it's not just on one occasion, and it's not just with one law firm. And the last thing I'll say is this. I remember the council approved $7,800 for an audit to be done in the law department. It's been 2 years now. You haven't done anything. You appropriated the funds, but yet this administration is not doing anything. You know what this is? Again, corruption. The highest level of corruption is going on in your law department, and nobody is minding this story. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes,